everybody, welcome back to Mindsight Games. My name is Insight, and this... Wait a minute. This isn't my Let's Play channel. Okay. Let me take off my cap so I can actually get face-to-face with you guys. Hello, everybody! My name is Robert. I play the persona of Insight, who is essentially myself, on YouTube, on the channel Mindsight Games. And I really enjoy the role. I really do. There are just a few things going on in the YouTube space that I want to get out that just won't fit with, one, that channel, and also, two, this channel. Or, excuse me, not this channel, but the other channel that I do random stuff on. I run Giratina Origin, which that channel is essentially where I've been doing like random stuff. I've done AMVs, I've done rap battle resyncs with the Ruby series, and trust me, I want to keep doing more stuff for that, but where I am right now, I don't feel comfortable just pumping out a video all the time on that channel. So if you guys want to help out those channels, I'd say go check them out. Just give them a fair chance. But I'm not here to talk about me. That opening spiel about me, just to kind of let you know, okay, that's me in a nutshell. This is something I've come across the past like week about Patreon, and the last month about stuff that's happened on YouTube that scares everyone. And I want to bring this up to not only YouTube executives and not only Patreon executives, but also anybody out there who has a video platform service that doesn't have this kind of stuff built into it. Now, I don't mean like Netflix and Hulu Plus, where the stuff is rated by professionals. They go in and they rate the content accordingly, like The Simpsons show or Game of Thrones or those kind of things. You guys are safe because you have content that is made on a brand level at that point. I'm talking about not Vimeo, because they're technically alright as well, but I'm talking about YouTube specifically in this regard, and technically Twitch, because that's a live streaming service that you don't really know what the personalities are on there. Trust me, I agree that both platforms are great, but they're not really helping anyone when it's time to make money in that sense. What I do want to bring up is the fact that we've gone through 3 adpocalypses, excuse me. We've gone through 3 apocalypses, and it doesn't matter when a 4th is coming. I know that there is going to be a 4th in the future. And if YouTube wants to fix all of this, there's not really an easy way to do it. There's not going to be an easy way to fix anything, because people are going to abuse loopholes no matter what. Even on Netflix, like, they're abusing loopholes on Netflix with Netflix original TV shows, which is why I don't watch Stranger Things. Who knew? But there's a fine line between helping your viewers understand what's going on and doing stuff behind the scenes that help your viewers. Because there's a big difference between them, and I feel like YouTube hasn't really gotten... I'm sorry, I'm looking over at my comfort hat. I need to put that on. This is my baby. This is how I feel comfortable. I record with it. I go out on walks with it. I literally never take my hair out of my hat. It's like my comfort in that sense. I don't know. YouTube, you guys just are going about monetization the wrong way. Like, you're not, like, the way that you're putting out videos for fans, the way the way most people put out videos instead of the way that I put out videos for fans, because I'm back and forth with different methods. I upload probably like a week and a half in advance every single time. And by a week and a half in advance, I am recording this currently on February 11th, 2018. There is a video I am uploading right now set to release 2 Fridays from now. And that's what I'm uploading right now on my other PC. But on the current computer, I'm getting a chance to talk about what I do on YouTube and what other people do on YouTube. and why they matter more than me. I don't make a dime off of YouTube. I don't. I'm not going to lie. I don't have ad monetization enabled, number one, because I am a very small YouTube channel. Like less than 50 viewers a week. Come on. That is not a YouTube channel. That is an archive channel in that sense. And not for live streams, just for being me. I'm literally archiving my life for myself, so I can go back, look at those games. I'm like, huh, I want to replay that game. And most of the time, that's actually going to help me. Like, going back and watching Chugga Conroy replay Pokemon Platinum or play through Xenoblade Chronicles again has helped me go back to those games. I'm like, oh, I want to replay that again, or I want to play this again. And I've got a substantial collection of games that I can go back to constantly. Like any of the Pokemon games I have, I will want to go back to at some point or another. Pokemon Sun and Moon, I will once I get the chance to transfer all of those guys to the next generation. But with the games that I have, I want to be able to archive those fond memories and even try to find times when try to record times when the crazy stuff happens, like your character clips the camera in a certain way and you can see through the character model, only seeing about a quarter of the character's leg when it happens. Those kind of things. And I understand that games are never perfect ways to earn revenue. I'm not expecting it to. But the problem is that people have been making money off of this for a while. Not that making money off of it is wrong. Trust me, it's fine. You can make money off of whatever you want to do. If you want to essentially get your rage out on something, you can make money off of it in some way, shape, or form. There's a guy who made money off of testing guns. Richard Ryan, by the way. Rated R, I believe, was... Rated R, I remember, is the channel name. I believe his name is Richard Ryan. I might be wrong about that. But he demos guns on videos, and he got money for it. Which, not wrong to do, but it's something that can happen. If you want to make money off of doing something you love, you just need to find where you can do it. I want to make money off of communicating, talking to people, having fun, doing what I do on a day-to-day basis, try to get people to laugh, get out of their comfort zone, just be themselves at the same time as being out there, getting your communication off to people in a different way. Now, that doesn't mean I'm a party animal. Trust me, I don't like parties. I don't. I prefer small get-togethers where you have 5 or 6 people max, and you're all either playing a video game, you're talking to people, sharing experiences, those kind of things. I'll sit down and chat with 30 people. I'll sit down and chat with 30 people at a conference center. Just mingle around for a while. I'll enjoy that. I'm not a guy to go out, get crunk, get drunk, get dank memes all over the place. I'm not that kind of guy. By the way, I've disabled monetization for this video, so I can say whatever I feel, and you'll know that I'm not a very sailor levels. I am not a guy who swears like a sailor. I will put it that way. If I do swear, it is out of pure, unadulterated rage, and I have all recordings off, and I'm off on my own. That's me. I have that filter. If you're going on YouTube, you gotta have a filter of some sort nowadays. Otherwise, you're going to offend somebody. PewDiePie. Those jokes that he tried to make jokes, they weren't really jokes. They really weren't. Most of these content creators, the content providers, those kind of things, they've got to find a way to filter everything they say. And most of the time, it's just a natural filter that exists. Chugga Conroy does not like swearing all that much when it comes to his own content, and he constantly has that filter in check. Okay, I don't need to swear. That doesn't stop him from making statements that are kind of quote-worthy. Just read his comment section. But, or case in point, check out the live stream in the description below. There's just like there's a difference between being a good content creator who knows what you're doing, who knows where there's a line to draw and why what you're saying is what it is, versus the people who don't understand at all whatsoever, like where to draw the line with jokes. Like, if you're saying something wrong, like something that sounds like perverted, but it's not. Like, I got a cramp in my vernacular. Oh yeah, I'm gonna link that in the description below because that's an obscure reference. But getting a cramp in your vernacular, I can't say that with a straight face the second time. But like, if you say stuff like that, it just slips out and it's not meant to be offensive, but it's funny when you repeat it back. That's all right. It may not be audience appropriate for everybody. Like, you're inside Daisy's box in a mini game where it's literally a box that she has miniature versions of you, and she's tilting the box with 2 shells in it. All right, I'll link that in the description below as well. Oh wait, that's the live stream. Never mind. Live stream highlights in the description below, wherever. When it comes down to like the channels that we are, like, we all have a different age range that we're a part of, and there's no real way to communicate that to our viewers. Like, I try and keep mine right around T, because most of the games I play are T. Some of them are E10 rated, some of them are E rated, but most of the time my stuff is T rated. Now, that does not excuse me putting up that M rated content that happened with the 3 live streamed videos from a specific game. We're not going to name any names, but we're going to point fingers at Conception 2. If you want to see those, I'm not linking them in the descriptions. You'll have to go find those on your own. But where YouTube stands, there's no real way to communicate to the viewers what level of maturity you're supposed to have. And I do mean what level of maturity, not what age range, what level of maturity. Because I know some people who are age 8 that can comprehend what adults are saying to an expanse, and they are more mature than I am with some things. Like, I'll giggle about something that's like perverted in that sense, just offhand, and they'll be like, "Don't giggle like that. That's not nice to giggle about. No, don't." The kids will get mad at me for saying that. I know a couple of 8-year-olds that have done that to me. They're like, "You're not supposed to say that. Please don't." They were more mature than I was in that situation. I'm not saying what situation it was, but they were more mature than I was in that situation. I know some kids who play Call of Duty. They're fine about it. They can go talk with people on the internet and have a general discussion about the controls, the different missions, those kind of things. I played Halo when I was 13. I was able to talk about it with friends and understand, okay, like, this is not something that everybody is going to be able to work with, because it was an M-rated game. Let me just say that right now. It was an M-rated game. Halo is an M-rated game. But we understood, like, okay, it's M-rated for this reason, because this, and we understand, like, this is not, like, something that we should all, like, heavily praise, but it is a good game nonetheless. It is fun. It is, like, it's what it is. When it comes down to content on YouTube, there's no real way to rate the videos that we're watching. Like, Logan Paul's like, not suicide video, because he's still alive and kicking, but his video of the suicide forest, that was one that should not have gone on YouTube to the general audience that it did. And 2, it was not age appropriate for his younger audience. Like, Logan Paul and Jake Paul are Disney actors, and they aren't supposed to have that kind of video for a Disney audience. I'm leaving it at that. Like, if you wanna rant about Jake Paul, you had your chance. We're done. But that's an example. Like, Jake Paul's video in that regard should not have gone on to that audience. there are some things that offend people, and I totally understand that. Like, at that point, there's like an R-rated there's supposed to be like a filter in that sense. Like, almost at this point, it's like we should rate the channels the same things that we rate movies at this point. Like, R-rated movies, they get a pass for this kind of thing, for showing off the raunchy or gory content that they do. Deadpool, I love that movie. I do agree that I will never show that to an 8-year-old kid who has no tact in that kind of thing. But I understand why I'm not going to do that. It's like, it's intended for more mature audiences who understand everything in that regard. And if you don't understand that kind of thing, like, even when I turned 17, I didn't watch R-rated movies at that point. It wasn't because I thought that the movies were bad or not cool to watch anymore, because I went and watched The Matrix when I turned 20. When I was in high school, we watched it for a documentary. And that, not a documentary, excuse me. We watched it in class during recess. That's essentially what we did. But for the rest of the series, I didn't go back and watch those because I felt like The Matrix was a movie that kind of wrapped it up. It was R-rated, yes, but it was a classic. So, like, you can kind of get away with that. I have not seen RoboCop. I've not seen Terminator. I hope to in the future, but it's just a matter of, one, like, when am I going to find time for that out of this day and age of all times? And two, those movies, at that point, it wasn't so much a term of, I've got to see these movies, why have I been missing out on them? It's more along the line, or it's not along the lines of, it's going to corrupt me in some way. No, it was nothing along those lines. It was just, I genuinely didn't want to see them at that time. There were other movies out there that were T-rated, or not T-rated, PG-13 rated, or PG rated, that I really wanted to see, or TV shows that were rated like TV-13 or TV-14 that I kind of wanted to check into for a little while. It's these kind of like mature changes in your psyche that shapes who you are. And most of the time, it's a good change in your psyche. Like, for me, I try and create content that's family friendly. That's what I do. And if we have to start rating ourselves, I would put myself as a T-rated channel, because there are some games I play that I would not show to everyone. But I would note, like, this series of videos is intended for a T-rated audience, because the game in question is a T-rated game. Like, I'm not stopping you from watching the video, but understand that you have been warned about what you're getting into. With movies, we have that warning because people got mad about it. People who were paying for those movies were getting mad about it. With this day and age, we're now getting mad about things like monetization on videos, which, yes, it is a problem, and yeah, it's a big problem. Guess what? It was a problem with regular movies back in the day about funding those kinds of movies. People will come to those movies no matter what. People will come and see those movies if they're good movies. People will come to your channels if they're good channels. And I mean, people will go to your channels if they are good channels. They will go watch your videos. They will have fun watching your videos if they're good videos and if they're into that sort of thing. If you've got a good mic, hint hint. I'm not saying that this is the best mic, but it is a good mic for what I'm doing. Regardless, it's one of those things where it's like, people just got offended because we didn't, like, set ratings. That's the whole reason why we didn't. That's the whole reason. We're now to a point where if we don't, like, put spoilers above our Facebook posts in a group about a game, people will start getting mad at us and flag our post. We're at a point now where it's like, this is one of those things that we just kind of have to accept. and I totally agree. There is no reason why we shouldn't, like, at least fight back in some way, shape, or form. But there's a fine line that you have to draw. Don't fight back in a way that's going to make people mad. Don't fight back in a way that's going to make no productive progress in any way, shape, or form. And only fight back in a way that's kind of like, okay, a little pushback. Guess what? Who censored comic books? Pop question. Who censored comic books? They did. Guess what we can do, content creators? We can mark ourselves. Or not mark ourselves, but we can age rate ourselves. Which is something that I don't think a lot of people have thought about. It's like, why not why not rate our own channel? Like, make our channels based around a certain rating. For example, Good Mythical Morning. They're like a general audience channel in that sense. I'm a T-rated channel. MissShadowLovely, probably intended for mature audiences, but that's for other reasons entirely. That's for other reasons entirely. Proton John's channel. I mean, he speaks plainly. I'll put it that way. But he does not refrain from swearing. So I will get that across as well. He speaks plainly, but he does not refrain from swearing. I try to refrain from swearing past what you'll see in Fire Emblem games. It's just along those lines of, like, being truthful to your audience is something that it's just kind of something that we have to do. And man to audience right here, if anybody sees this video, and I know somebody's going to see this video because I'm going to link this everywhere. Like, market the heck out of this video. I'm not going to make a cent off of it, but I'm going to market it like it is going to, like, impend my life at this point. But this is just where I essentially say, hey, this is where I draw the line, YouTube. You've got to give us a way to help you. And I don't mean, like, give us, like, don't restrict us to the point where it's like this. Give us a way for content creators and content viewers to help boost those, boost that ad revenue, boost the advertisements, boost this, boost that, boost everything in this sense. Like, okay, channel rating systems would be a good idea. If it's on a playlist, you could rate the playlist in that sense. Could help in that regard. Rate YouTube videos when they go up. Excuse me. Rate YouTube videos when they go up. That's something that should be in now, because we're going to need it now. And I don't mean, like, rating as in, like, oh, you have to be, like, 18 or older to watch this, or, like, this, that, and the other. No. Like, this is rated this. Be careful. This is rated this because this. Be careful. Those kind of things. And I understand there are videos that aren't, like, good entertainment. For example, like, announcement videos aren't, like, entertainment. This technically would fall into the category of entertainment, but I'm just getting my thoughts out at this point. This is more of a talkative video in that sense. I'm just getting my thoughts out at this point. And I agree, there's not a lot that we can do with in this day and age that'll help the economy, not the economy, the community of YouTube in general, because YouTube's not really giving us anything to help out. I'm more along the lines of talking about, like, hey, YouTube, you gotta give us something to help you out. If we can't help you, you can't help us. You will lose us. We will lose you, and no one will be helped out by this. I'm not even getting money off of YouTube. I have no connected, like, payment accounts. I'm mad that content creators can't get the money that they're due because of like being flagged for content creator type thing and this, that, and the other. And it's just like, please, no, don't be like this. Like, let people know why you're getting into the video. It's like, just beware, like, be warned what you're getting into. Like, let us warn our viewers what we're getting into, what they're getting into. Even if it's just along the lines of, hey, just to let y'all know, this is a G-rated video. And continue on. That's still a warning. What a warning specifically is, it is letting you know in advance what is coming from the future. It is a foreshadowing of what the video is supposed to be. Now, if I had the opportunity, I would play Until Dawn. Honest to God, I would. But I want my channel to be family friendly. So I'm not going to play it at this day and age. Also, I don't have a PS4. But I wouldn't play it at this day and age because, like, there's no way to tell my fans up front except in the video itself, hey, this is an M-rated game. My content I'll try to keep my stuff family friendly, but just note what you're getting into. Stephen George did that kind of thing with his Until Dawn playthrough. And he gets props from me in that regard. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it. StephenPlays, kudos to you. You played an M-rated game with family-friendly content, and I highly agree. That was the way to handle it. At the beginning of every episode, he let people know that it was an M-rated game, and it was a warning. With content nowadays, there's no rating on YouTube for it. There's not really a rating on YouTube for content nowadays. It's on top of this, here's where I go in on YouTube. You need to start rating the advertisements as well, because advertisement companies don't care who watches their ads. If it is not a family-friendly ad, meaning it's for a movie that is rated R, do not put it on that toy unboxing video. That's the point. I can't believe I saw this, but on a toy unboxing video that a kid was doing, I'm not joking about this, I saw an advertisement for Paranormal Activity 4. Or was it 3? I don't remember which it was, but it was the latest Paranormal Activity movie. And it made me so mad. Not only at the advertiser, not only at YouTube, but also at the people who like let the bots of YouTube run the way they do. They're bots. They can't catch everything. They don't catch anything anymore. We need to find a way to rate videos at this point. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be. Or either rate videos or rate channels. And that's kind of where it's supposed to be from here on out. Like, the adpocalypse, yeah, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, it's going to come back. All I'm saying is that YouTube, if you're going to be like trying to brave through another wave of the adpocalypse, please learn from your past mistakes and give us something we can work with. All right, now for the second part of the video. This bothers me because of what happened this past week. MissShadowLovely on Patreon brought up something that I thought is really, really messed up. Really messed up. There were fake bots that were being posted all over Patreon. Basically because all you had to do is sign up to pay this much amount, and then you can reap the rewards no matter what. But when it comes time to pay, you don't have to pay for it because your payment account was fake. I don't agree with that being a logical way to get the funds. I do not agree with that at all. You should have to pay for it before you get to it. Which is why I waited until I supported my friend. Like, I have a content creator that I supported on Patreon back in May. I basically pledged $50 a month. But I waited until, he waited until a little while before the rewards were going to go out. He waited, right before the payment came into, He waited for the payment to go through before showing the rewards to the people who were there. And let me tell you, I was the only one whose money actually went through. If you check on it, I'll leave his Patreon down in the description below. Please go pledge to that guy. he really needs time off. He really needs time off from his job. He makes great stories on fanfiction.net, and I support him wholeheartedly. But I can't pledge any more than 50. I really want to be able to help him out, but I cannot pledge any more than I already have. There are 2 pledges at this point. One of 75, one of 50, which is me, and one of 25, which is somebody else. And from there, or maybe not 25, but it was at 135 on day 1. And now it's down to 75 a month, which, like, a third of that is me. I don't know if it was knocked out due to that or whatever, but it was knocked out. It was knocked down to just me and maybe one other guy because of either financial reasons on the guys who were pledging, or just 2 bots got in there, fakely donated, and then fled without a word. I don't agree with that. I went in and helped, not really helped, but I went in and adopted one of his stories for the sequel. I adopted a sequel of one of his stories, and I'm still writing it. The latest chapter went up as of 2 days ago, as of recording this. It's just like Patreon. There's a way to fix this. There's a way to fix it. Like, I understand, like YouTube has YouTube Red and Twitch has Twitch Prime and this, that, the other, where you pay and you have to pay up front. Patreon, why not start with that? Like, you pay up front, you have to make sure that the payment even if it's like $1 for the first payment, the rest of it gets on a schedule. You're at least getting something in. But Patreon, like, I would recommend, like, having your like, if you're going to have payments, make them so that, like, once the payments go through, then you get the rewards. So you at least you either have to be patient, or you put the payments ahead of time and then you get the rewards. You're still getting the immediate rewards, but you're also paying the content creator for them. Like, once that gets fixed, I won't have to worry about sending in my support for MissShadowLovely. I'll be able to do that. I will be able to willingly do that at that point. So I'll know, like, okay, I'm going to pay upfront this amount. I am expecting this much, and I'm getting it immediately. I want to be able to handle all of that at the beginning. That is like my hope for everything. But I can't do that if you're not willing to meet me halfway with that. Like, it's down to the point where every website just needs to meet. Like, I think I can conclude on this. We're down to the point where everything needs to meet halfway. Like, okay, content creators, if there's some feedback that you want to get out to YouTube, make a video about it and tweet it or whatever. Let your content creators know what you want out of the site. Feedback. Give feedback. Give video feedback. Give text feedback. Give tweet feedback. Give Facebook feedback. Give comments on videos the feedback that they deserve. And I do mean that from content creators and content receivers on both fronts in this case. Because, like, I don't care if it's a simple comment as in, like, oh, hey, I saw your video, you did a good job, but you're missing, but did you talk about this yet? Or were you planning on talking about this a little later? Like, those kind of comments are well appreciated, because it's kind of like it opens up a conversation at that point. YouTube, your feedback system, like, I understand. You're a $1 million corporation. You're a $1 million property, multi-million-dollar property at this point. Millions of views every day. Millions of views every day. Now, what I do want to say here is that of those millions of views that happen every single day, I do want to note that the way that it's going down currently is not healthy. Not healthy for you, not healthy for your people who you're helping to grow. not healthy for the people who are trying to live off of you. So if I can suggest anything, I would say, like, take some of these suggestions to heart. I'm just one man, one young adult, excuse me. I don't consider myself a man yet, but I am one single young adult dude who does not make money off of YouTube, and it's down to the point where I can't even trust YouTube to make me money. I'm to a point where I'm like, YouTube, unless you fix up and correct yourself, I'm disabling monetization. Just how it is. I'm not making a cent off of any video I make on any of my 3 channels. I'll link all of them in the description below, including this one. Not making a cent. Don't have anything hooked up. And I don't plan to. I plan to make my videos for fun. Now, if you want to support me, I could try opening a Patreon, but I don't have a big enough audience for that kind of thing. Like, I literally am making videos for myself. And if you can't make them for yourself, well, why are you making videos? But a lot of these people who are making videos for the people out there are making it for themselves as well. They're making it so that they can support themselves. They're having fun doing it. Yes, it's work, but they're at least pouring their heart and soul into this kind of thing. And I understand people are just naturally jerks if given the opportunity to be jerks. But there's a mutual trust that needs to be there. YouTube, your mutual trust is with the ads that you display and the content providers that the ads are being displayed on. Whether that's rating the channels, giving certain ads to certain channels, certain videos, those kind of things, it doesn't matter. But please figure a system out. Patreon, mutual trust on you. You've got to be able to get it to the point where it's like, okay, I am paying for this. Here's why I'm paying for it. I'm paying it up front. Make sure it goes paying up front. If that's too much to ask for, find a way to make it so that the people who are putting out the content are not getting screwed over by it. That's the way I see it. Anyway, I don't really have an outro on this channel, so I guess I'll just end it off this way. My name is Robert Caffey. I play Endsight on Mindsight Games. I run the channel Giratina Origin. Excuse me. I'm linking both of those in the description below. If you want to see more of my beautiful face, let me know in the comment section down below. But don't expect these very often, because this is like me just talking. This is me just talking to myself. And I'm not really one to just talk to myself and try and get out like my thoughts, but I mean, this is who I am. This is what I believe in. I guess if I put out another video, then I'll see you next time. But if not, maybe I'll see you in another video. Until then, guys, my name's Robert. I'll see you later.